Welcome everybody to Frag Leader Gaming. We are here to show you the best Valkyrie camera strategies in use on Rainbow Six Siege. And today my assistants are TTV Xbox Animated, and we got Elite, and we also got Prime Meridian over here, and Get One pumped with the Valkyries. So I'm going to show you a few camera stuff, and these are very simple but effective ones. So you can see, usually you want to go with the, fans or ceilings even to get a 360-degree view. But I'm going to show you an example of one right here. So we're going to show you a little bit on the house here. You got a little corner camera there, very easily seen by the blue scanning light, and you cannot move that around 360-degree view. But it does give you a whole view of the main area upstairs. Now, one I like to use is definitely the tree house, because a lot of people love to go there and they love to camp outside to actually get a hallway view of shooting you, and you won't even expect it. But me, I like to use a camera to actually watch that area. So I throw one out this window, and boom, you have a nice tree house area to watch, and you can even watch the windows outside too. So very useful camera. But you do want to try to use the ceilings and the floor to get a 360 view. But me, if you want to watch stairwells, I like to put one right on the railing, because you can watch the top and bottom stairwell with, and you can have a 360-degree view of watching what's all around you. So you want to put them right there on the railing, and you also want to make sure that you can actually see everything around you. Bottom stairwell a little bit, and top stairwell, and also in front of you. Now, it will be easily seen if they notice it, but sometimes they don't notice it, so try to be careful with that. Now, I also want to mention there's a whole bunch of different strategies that you can use. There's flanking cameras that you can use, but there's also a simple strategy that is very useful in all maps, and it's like where you place, an objective camera, one that's also covering an entrance, and then one that is observed by yourself, or you can use that as a high traffic camera. So like this, for example, I had place a cam on the light. That would be your objective camera watching the objective all around. The one right here on this light right here would be your high traffic camera, because people in the basement like to go that area. So you have that high traffic camera right covering that. But then you would also have a third camera, covering the entrance or so. But upstairs here, you got a little bit of a nice light that will kind of make it look like it's really normal. So, some cameras like, is that a light? You kind of think it's like, it's part of the light. So some people will not recognize it because it looks like just like the light. So it looks like a very normal, light, but it's very blended in. So you want to blend in your cameras with the environment around you. So that's also a different strategy with those cameras. Now, also, as I was mentioning about the ceilings and ground cameras, so if I placed one right here on the table, you would have one right here with a 360-degree view that can go, and you can kind of see how the camera's facing up. Now, if you put it on the ceiling, it will be facing down. It's the same thing, 360-degree view around the entire thing. Now, if you place it on the wall here, you kind of get like a view where it's kind of limited because you cannot go all the way around. Now, again, I like to place mine on lights a lot because it kind of, hides the blue scan a little bit. Some lights do not do that, like this one right here. That light is kind of, dull, so it doesn't really hide it. But it is a good camera to kind of watch, if you want to try to put it above an entrance. So try to put your cameras above entrances and exits so they do not notice it. But also try to put it behind. Now, also you can put cameras inside of different small objects such as shelves, bookshelves, whatever you want to do. But make sure when you do put the camera there, make sure you do have a good view. See, mine's right inside the lamp here. So it is kind of blocked a little bit from the top, but it does still have a great view of around the objective, around the back door, and a little bit of the room around it. So that's also a really good camera spot. But also, once again, I want to mention the objective camera, the entrance camera, and high traffic camera, or if you want to use the second strategy with a flanking camera, but we'll get to that later. So you got the lamp camera that was covering the objective, then you got the camera in here covering the hallway, which will cover your entrance a little bit. But then your high traffic camera will be covered by this right here, the garage. So you can kind of throw that up there, get a 360 view, and then you can kind of get a slight view of the entire garage. So that will be your high traffic camera. And then I'm just going to shoot that real quick here soon with the, I'm not sure what I want to use. I'll use rifle, maybe. Do I want to shoot it maybe? I don't know. I'm really thinking about it. I don't know why, but there we go. Okay, I'm just going to shoot it. And so I like to place my cameras on the ground too, very dark areas where the blue scan can be easily seen, but most people do not like to look on the ground. So so you have a ground camera, then you have that camera right there on the light, and I will show that camera a little bit more detailed later. But there's your you know, objective camera, entrance camera, and high traffic camera. So your high traffic camera will be on the stairwell, and then you have the entrance camera right there by the main door, and then your objective camera right by that light inside the objective. Now this light right here is in this map, I think it's Oregon. This light is so bright that the camera is actually hidden in that light, so they can never really see it. So that's one of the lights in the very few maps that actually have a great light spot where the camera is very hidden, and even if you scan with the blue light, you cannot see the scan. So very, very well hidden light, and then right there in the dark spot, you have that corner camera that's hidden. Now, here's the flanking camera strategy that I was wanting to show you. So you got like your main cameras there, and then your objective camera and your entrance camera, but here's your flanking camera, and usually your flanking camera should be like anywhere near you, and I'm going to block that barricade up real quick to kind of show you an example. So my assistant elite will be helping with this for a moment. But you can kind of see those cameras right there, objective, entrance, and your high traffic, but in this case, the flanking camera. The flanking camera should be able to help you observe yourself as well as the enemy that will be passing right by you if they do not notice you. So hopefully right here comes elite with the normal camera. Usually they take that out, but then you have your flanking camera seeing you and the enemy, and then bam, you can shoot them right there in the back. Now here's a couple real combat public matches I was showing you. So here's some objective camera strategy. So you got like here, you got those two bombs next to each other. So you want to have like an objective camera somewhere around the middle here. So we'll put on that planter in there with a upside down view, which will give that the 360-degree view. And you can kind of see here, you can kind of see everything around a little bit, and you can even see the down stairwell. But right here, you're going to place it on the light for another entrance camera, so you can kind of see that. And, you know, it's like, you know, that can also be spinning around 360-degree view. Now, the other thing, another thing was, you know, you want to have another camera covering the high traffic. People like to go up the stairwell a lot, so you want to blend it in with this, so it looks like very normal. So it doesn't even look like a camera if you don't look at it very deep, very well, but you can't get away with it. And then another way is, you know, once again, you got a entrance camera right there on the top ceiling right there covering that stairwell. Now this does have two stairwells, so you can actually have two entrance cameras too. One objective camera on the wall just to cover both bombs in just one view, so you can kind of see both rooms. And then there's your entrance, and then there's your other entrance camera on the light. So I hope you guys have enjoyed this. Here's a bonus clip for one of the flanking bonus clips I will be showing in a Funny Moments video. So please enjoy, subscribe, like, and frag out.
Setting nitro cell.